The chair recognizes the gentlewoman from Florida, Ms. Demmings, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Strzok, let me just clear this up right now. I am not angry, and I'm not desperate, and I'm not afraid of the truth, but I am in pursuit of it. First of all, I want to thank you for your service to our country through the Federal Bureau of Investigations and for your service to our country through the United States Army. Mr. Chairman, each of us as members of Congress took an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States. My oath as a member of Congress was not the first oath that I took, it was the third oath, for I served as a law enforcement officer for 27 years. And like the employees of the Federal Bureau of Investigations and the Department of Justice, I swore to protect this country and to remember, uphold the rule of law. We have now wasted countless hours of our very limited and precious time chasing these phantoms, wasting both the witnesses' time and our own. The Inspector General's report must have been a very big disappointment to the President and to my colleagues on the other side of the aisle. Let me say this, law enforcement officers, and you said it earlier, Mr. Strzok, not only do they have political opinions, but they are encouraged to have them. And as a chief of police, I encourage them to have them and express them. Perhaps, but their expression never interfere with their ability to conduct their job. Perhaps Congress could learn something from members of the law enforcement community, because my colleagues on the other side of the aisle allow political bias to influence their judgment every day. And perhaps they should read, and all members of Congress should read, the ethics manual for Congress. The IG report said, and I quote, "We found no evidence that the conclusions by department prosecutors were affected by bias or other improper considerations," unquote. President Trump's and his enablers' conspiracy theory about the Department of Justice and the FBI have been investigated, and after hours today, they have still been debunked. The president's own campaign manager is currently sitting in jail, awaiting trial on multiple charges, and there is enough evidence, as we've already seen, that resulted in 5 guilty pleas. The truth hurts, but no matter how you hate it, and no matter how much it hurts, it's not going away. That's the real story here. And we need to keep our eyes on the ball and not chase ghosts through the halls of the Department of Justice while letting the important work of both of these committees go undone. But since we're here, Mr. Strzok, I want to get your reaction to the president's tweet on December 3rd of 2017. After years of Comey with the phony and dishonest Clinton investigation running the FBI, its reputation is in tatters, worse than history. There he goes. It's always the biggest, always the worst. But fear not, we will bring it back. Mr. Strzok, do you agree that the FBI's reputation is in tatters and is the worst in history?
Not at all.
Do you agree with the characterization that the Clinton investigation was phony and dishonest?
No.
Were you the sole decision maker on this case?
No.
In your opinion, what kind of impact do statements like this, because I do care about how it affects the law enforcement community. Apparently, my friends on the other side of the aisle, I never thought as a law enforcement officer I'd ever have to defend the Department of Justice from my Republican colleagues on the other side of the aisle. What kind of effect do statements like this have on the morale, on the good men and women who do a tough job every day?
Congresswoman, I think they have a significant impact on the morale of the men and women of the FBI. I would tell you that regardless of what is going on swirling around them, that my experience, the agents and analysts and others that I work with are focused on their job and their mission. So there's a lot swirling around, and agents tune that out and focus and do their job. But inevitably, the kind of perception and the things that are being said are heard and are damaging because people know they're simply not true. So they're not helpful. But I have every faith and confidence in the FBI, in the agents of the FBI, and what we do every single day.
Thank you
Time
so
of the
much.
gentleman has expired.
I know. I yield back.
The